Hey everyone, CJ here. Welcome back to the Backyard Laboratory. Summer is prime time for composting. The heat supercharges your pile, turning scraps into garden gold fast. But that same heat can magnify mistakes, turning your compost into a stinky, pest-filled mess. Today we're busting the biggest summer composting myths and learning what not to add. I'll walk you through the top 3 compost contaminants that can wreck your pile in hot weather. Let's get started. Let's start with a group of kitchen staples that might surprise you. Dairy products. Milk, cheese, yogurt, butter. These are all delicious in your fridge, but they're a disaster waiting to happen in your compost bin. When you toss dairy into your compost, it doesn't break down the way fruit and veggie scraps do. Instead, dairy decomposes slowly and without enough oxygen, which is called anaerobic breakdown. This process creates strong, unpleasant odors, think sour milk and rotten cheese, that can quickly take over your yard. Most backyard compost piles just can't get hot enough to safely break down dairy or destroy the harmful bacteria and pathogens it can carry. Unlike commercial composting facilities, your home setup doesn't reach the high temperatures needed to make dairy safe. The result? You're basically rolling out the red carpet for pests. Flies, rodents, raccoons, and even neighborhood dogs will be drawn to the smell, turning your compost into a never-ending buffet for unwanted guests. So, what should you do with cheese rinds, yogurt, or spoiled milk? The answer is simple. Keep them out of your backyard compost. Instead, toss them in the trash or, if your city offers it, use the municipal green bin for food scraps. Think of your compost pile as hosting a vegan potluck. Dairy just isn't on the guest list. Stick to plant-based scraps like fruit, veggies, coffee grounds, and leaves for a healthy, thriving pile. By keeping dairy out, you'll avoid nasty smells, keep pests away, and help your compost break down faster and more efficiently. Your garden and your neighbors will thank you. So remember, rule number 1 for summer composting: absolutely no dairy in your pile. Keep it clean, keep it green, and your compost will reward you. Next up, let's talk about meat, fish, and bones. These kitchen scraps might seem like they'd break down just like fruit and veggie peels, but they're a whole different story when it comes to composting. It's tempting to toss them in with your other food waste, especially if you're trying to reduce what goes to landfill. But resist the urge. These items are best kept out of your compost pile. When meat and fish start to decompose, they release strong, foul odors that quickly attract flies, rats, raccoons, and even neighborhood dogs or cats. Your compost bin can become a magnet for pests you definitely don't want around your home. But the real danger goes beyond just bad smells and pests. Meat, fish, and bones can harbor harmful bacteria like Salmonella, E. coli, and Listeria. These pathogens can survive in your compost and end up contaminating your garden soil. Most backyard compost piles simply don't get hot enough to kill these dangerous microbes. Without sustained high temperatures, the risk of spreading illness to your plants and ultimately to you remains high. There are specialized composting systems like bokashi bins that can safely process meat and fish by fermenting them in airtight conditions, but unless you're using one of these advanced methods, it's safest to avoid composting animal products altogether. So, remember, no meat, no fish, no poultry, and no bones in your regular compost. These items just don't belong. The same goes for grease, fat, and drippings. These not only attract pests but also disrupt the balance of your compost, making it slimy and slow to break down. By keeping animal products out, you're protecting your compost, your health, and the future harvests from your garden. Healthy compost means healthy plants and a thriving ecosystem. So, rule number 2, meat, fish, poultry, bones, and grease are out. Stick to plant-based scraps for safe, successful composting. Last up, oily and greasy foods. Leftover salad dressing, pizza crusts, fried food scraps, these are trouble. When you add these to your compost, you're inviting a host of problems. Oil repels water and blocks oxygen, creating a barrier that prevents essential elements from reaching the microbes. These microbes are crucial for breaking down your compost. Without oxygen, they can't survive, and your compost pile suffers. The result? A slimy, smelly, stagnant mess, instead of rich, crumbly compost. This is not what you want in your garden. Worms and helpful organisms can't survive in oily piles. They need a healthy environment to thrive. If it's greasy, it doesn't belong in your bin. Always discard oily food scraps in the trash instead. A little oil residue is fine, but skip anything saturated. Too much oil can disrupt the balance of your compost. Keep your pile moist, airy, and oil-free for the best results. Turn it regularly to ensure proper aeration. You're not just adding scraps, you're engineering an ecosystem. Every addition matters. Rule number 3. No oily foods. Stick to this rule to maintain a healthy, thriving compost pile. So remember, no dairy, no meat, no oils. Focus on raw fruit and veggie scraps, coffee grounds, tea bags, eggshells, and balance with browns like leaves and cardboard. The summer heat will do the rest if you feed your pile right. Avoid these common pitfalls, and you'll have rich, odor-free compost in no time. Thanks for joining me. Now get out there and build something amazing. See you next time.